Hey guys, it's Cathy and I'm in a new location. We are going to do a bonus training today, and I know it's probably a little echoey in here. Say hey if you are here. Jessica Quivey is going to be here with me soon, and today she gets to chat with you guys about how parties and a party system has helped her grow her business and helped her duplicate. We're going to mainly talk about recruiting today, talk about how it's a duplication system for your team, how you can develop team leaders. So if you are here, say, hey, Jessica's getting her kids. I think she said she was getting one off to school and jumping in the car. So hi, Anna. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Tanya. Welcome, Lydia. The purple wall. Do you want to know where I'm at right now? You guys want to know where I'm at? Look, can you take any guesses as to where I'm at? Let me know where you guys are at. Hi, Belinda. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from today. What is going on in your world? And we're going to do a little bit of chat also while we're waiting for Jessica to come in about our Evergreen scholarship, okay? So let's kind of recap where we've been. Talk to me about what you guys have been loving so far. Today, our focus is going to be recruiting and team duplication. But while we're waiting for Jess to pop in, I'm going to chat with y'all about a quick review on everything we've done in this virtual party challenge, everything you should have been able to absorb up to this point. And then I'm going to go over how you could apply for our Evergreen scholarship. So who thinks that might be something you're interested in? Who has been taking a look at Evergreen and trying to decide if that's your next best step, okay? Yes, I'm at the gym. Guys, I'm at the gym. Y'all know this has been a very challenging week for internet in my home. And I just sent you an email like 2 minutes ago. And I was talking with you about when you make a decision. And so often people get stuck in indecisiveness. And indecisiveness can feel so heavy. And that's when we don't make a decision. Once you make a decision, it's just time to get into action. Okay, when I decided that I was going to commit time to you guys, when I decided that I was going to commit time to a party group, okay, when I decided that no matter what, I was going to show up, my business started growing. My coaching program started growing. Today it's raining. The kids have been everything but easy. I curled my hair in the car and then it like completely undone. The internet didn't work at the home. It's just been a day. But when you make a decision, you figure out a way to make it happen. That's what you guys need to think about with everything you've learned this week. If you're thinking about going into Evergreen, this is when we no longer spend all of our time thinking about all the things we want to do, and we figure out a way to make it happen, right? Even if that means going across from the school while your kids are at school for 2 hours, plugging into the YMCA in a corner where there's nobody at, in a room where you're isolated and hoping no one comes in. All right, so Heidi says you're right. It is heavy. I'm in a challenge right now with my Evergreen students for 14 days of daily method of success. 5 things you should do in your business every single day, no matter what. Just 5. And one of the students last night was talking about how she kept like thinking about what she should do, and she wasn't doing it. It was 10:30 at night, and she decided just to do it. Okay. Then at 10:30 at night, she just knocked out her 5 things. And I said, Krista, how long did it really take to do those 5 things? I said, maybe you're not like me, but for me, I think I spend more time thinking about the things I should do, and it would take a whole lot less time to actually just go do them. Does anybody else find that? So in this virtual party challenge, you guys have learned some new tips and tricks to get parties booked, what to do with your hostess, how to get the event or group set up, what to post, when to post, why to post it, how to create conversations, some ways to do a live party based on how I do it, games you can play to get bookings. And then Wednesday, we talked about how to follow up after the party's over. Now, the problem that we often have, and where we're going to move into talking with Jess about how this Evergreen party has helped her business, is the problem we often have is even if we can do all of that successfully, the truth is most people don't convert, okay? Most people don't actually become customers or business partners or hostesses the day that you meet them. especially if that's their first exposure. So this is where we want to chat today about how are you going to use this system, not only as a nurturing tool and as a follow-up program, but how are you going to convert, how are you going to recruit, and how are you actually going to have retention in your business? And that's what I want Jess to mainly share today. So we haven't covered that part much in the training, but I want you guys to think about, if you're not moving on to the full program, or if you're not going to do an evergreen party concept, do you have a nurturing sequence? Chat with me in the comments about that below. This is the foundation of the evergreen program. It's creating an evergreen party. It's simplifying your parties. It's collaborating with your team that you may not have yet. Okay, that's okay. Everybody plans to have a team, right? If you don't yet, some of our program students have hundreds and thousands of teams. Some have just a team of one. So what is going to be your process for that if people don't convert right away so you don't lose them? Because have you ever found that like people sign up with your company, people buy those products, but they may not be buying them from you, but you might have been the one to expose them to them the first time. And if you didn't have a follow-up sequence, a nurturing sequence, a process, a sales funnel to move them through, a way to check in later that's not spammy, you lose them, right? Okay, Jessica's here. I'm going to chat real quick about the Evergreen Scholarship real quick before she comes in. When you are thinking about this program and you're trying to make decisions about if this is the next best step for you, if you have a financial thing that's a true, like, if I would, I could, I know this is where I'm supposed to be. I know I'm ready to pour into myself. I'm ready to pour into my business. I'm ready to partner with people who will walk the journey with me. That's who we are and that's what we do, okay? We have a scholarship opportunity, but you have to have been doing the work in this challenge, okay? So you cannot apply if you have not gone through all 5 days of the challenge and you have not done your homework. You got to be showing us that you're going to do the do, okay? Because when you come in, we're going to put you to work. We're going to be doing this. It's a long process, right? But we're going to like be doing stuff together. We don't want you to just buy another thing and not get results. We want to partner with you for a transformation. So if that's you and you're like, I know this is where I need to be. If I could, I would. I want you to private message me. I will give you our scholarship application, okay? You'll fill it out. It's not going to be just like easy, right? But it may be something that is a good fit for you. So please just private message me if that is a place that you're at and we can have that discussion together. Okay, Jess, I see you moving some cords around. Are you ready to come in? Okay. Sue says, best training ever. If you are evergreen, drop in the comments below what you might say to the person who's really trying to make decisions about that. Because, and I'm going to talk with Jessica a little bit about this in a second here, but I know that for some people, they're like, I just wish you just sold a course, or I wish you just sold it. We used to do that. And what we found is that most people, even if it was only a couple $100s, it was easy in, easy out, and they didn't apply it. Okay, so when we really started looking at what we need to be to really bring value to people, we not only need to be working with you, we need to be doing it over an extensive amount of time. And so that's why we are now a complete program. It's like your online school, right? It's like going to college for online marketing. And it's the people and the partnering, and it's the trainers and the coaches. And now we have Michelle, our life transformation coach, because we identify by working with our students what they really need for this to be different for you. Okay, that's really where we've gone with this program. Okay, Jess, I'm pulling you in.
Hello.
How come I don't see your face? I said add to stream and I don't see you. I see me. Hang on. I still don't see you. There she is.
Okay, Lynn. Oh, you have me and Paisley on here. I haven't changed it.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I see. Can you guys hear Jessica? I see your mouth moving, but there's nothing coming out. But you look beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
Still can't hear you.
It says.
You guys, you text to me if you hear her. Oh, she went away. She can come back in. So let me introduce Jessica while she is getting her setup hopefully done. Jessica Quivey is a consultant in my downline. So in all transparency, she is my direct downline. Oh, you guys can hear her? Okay, well, when she comes back, then I'll say I have the issues, my issues. When she comes back, we'll just tell everybody, y'all can hear her. She's coming back in. Jessica and I met at a virtual party. Technically, we met at Bunko in person. Okay. Technically, we met at Bunko in person, and very shortly out, and we had small talk at the table. Then she was invited to a virtual party in, I think, April of 2019. Jessica, they said they can hear you. So you go ahead and talk.
Okay, can you hear me?
And I'm just going to like read. Oh, why does she keep going away?
I don't know. I'm here.
We'll just leave the screen like this. We met at a virtual party for business. Okay. So when I first launched my business, I had asked a couple people to book a party for me. And one of them was a school teacher that I used to teach with. Hello, here I am. And her name was Shannon Weber. And she had taught with me in the district. She was my son's teacher, and I asked her to book a party. Well, when she booked a party, she invited Jessica Quivey.
Hi,
So
the person
in April
you're about
2019,
to speak
Jess
with
and
has
I
call
got
captions turned on.
introduced to each other
They'll see.
through our network marketing that we do now together at a little virtual party. Okay. So Jess was one of the first people to come into my business. She has done the journey with me of almost every kind of party you can think of. And she's not been a big like party fan. So hopefully she'll come back and she can talk to that about not like parties. She doesn't like love parties like I love parties. And so I would love for her to speak to why she's chosen to implement them in her business when she's not as excited about them as I am. And also then she was on the journey with me in March 2020 when we decided to do this whole Evergreen concept where we take it into a party group. So Jess, I think we're all here. What I want you to speak to, you might have heard this. I want you to talk about I already told him a little bit about how we met, that you're in my direct downline, that we do business together, that you met me through a party kind of like for business reasons, right? That's how we connected that way. That you've been on the journey with the little individual parties. And I don't know that you were doing a ton of individual parties to build before Evergreen Party. I don't know. I can't remember honestly. But then what happened once the Evergreen Party concept came about, and how has that helped you with like recruiting, team duplication, dividing and conquering, and then having confidence in a system? So it's all yours. I'm going to be quiet since I can't hear you. And then you guys in the comments just confirm that you can hear her.
Okay. So you can't hear me still? That's
you talk.
Okay. So I'm talking. I cannot see the chat. Let me see. Just somebody confirm that they can hear me real quickly, and I will continue. She says, peekaboo, Jessica. That's so funny. Okay. So yes, Cathy is definitely the one who absolutely loves parties. She's crazy. She's a crazy.
We can hear you.
Oh, yay. Okay, good. She's the crazy party person. But when I first started with virtual parties, before we had this, system and things like that, I was doing virtual parties. Just individual events at a time. I was, just randomly scheduling them, made sure I had something on my, schedule at least once a week. And it got to be a lot of work because I just felt like there were so many steps with setting up an event and then going and messaging, everybody and inviting and coaching my hostess and things like that. Like I felt like there was a lot, and I feel like it was very dull in the sense that it was a lot of copy and paste. It was the same material over and over again. So if somebody was, invited into my parties a week ago or a month or two prior, they would have gotten the exact same thing. So it became very boring and just really sedative with the type of parties that we were doing at first. And, Cathy and I kind of brainstormed together, and then we came together thinking about the Evergreen Party, the party that never ends. We just continue to have a party in our party group, and it just exploded. We continued to grow with that. We continued to add and implement different ideas, which was fantastic. Then we implemented, our team, and it just became so much more enjoyable and a lot less stress because we had places to plug people in right away when they would join our group. We have different people that they can relate to. So it's not just me, preaching and talking about, what we have and the products and the business. It's people from all walks of life who are able to maybe, connect with one of my customers that maybe I can't, connect on that level that they need connecting to, which is great in the sense that we're able to keep our customers relate with our customers, and really cater to them, and making sure that we are providing a solution to their problems. And so I feel like having the virtual party the way that we have it now, with all of the fun ideas that we come together as a team and do, have been great for our parties, but also it's been great for duplication. So we have been able to duplicate, one, because of our simple systems that we have in our business specifically. Our onboarding systems that we have been just, it's just been altering in our business. It's been life-changing in our business, because we are able to put people into our parties and our onboarding system, and it's step by step, knowing what we're doing, what we have to offer, and basically what they need to do day one. Like, we know what we're doing. So the reason that I bring up that with parties is we're able to help out our team when they're brand new, because all they do is they invite their guests in, they invite the people who are interested in, and at first we're, basically we're doing the work for them, and we're kind of showing them how we do things, and then they start to feel comfortable and confident in where they want to contribute. And so the parties aren't for everybody. Like, that's not something that I'm like, rah, rah, parties, I can't wait. But it has been lately a lot more fun. And it's because we tweak things as we go. You're not going to be perfect right away. Your parties aren't going to be perfect right away. Your turnover isn't going to be perfect right away. Like, we have so much tweaking going on in the past year, and I feel like we're at a really good place in our parties that everybody knows what to expect. We have people who constantly return to our parties, wanting to be a part of our parties because they're fun. They are fun, and it's built a community, and it's built just a community of cheerleaders, whether whether they're clients or not. Like, we have a group of cheerleaders in our community because people know where to be, they know what to expect, and they know that it's fun. So I think that being able to tweak our parties like we have has made it simpler for people who are new, who are onboarding, who are jumping into this business, because one, it keeps the excitement. Two, they understand because they've already gone through these parties. They know what's going on. They know where to put their people and plug their people in. And I think that is just the biggest thing for me as a leader, to be confident in where I'm basically sending my team. And I feel like in return, that's, for them as well, to have that confidence that they know what to tell the next person who joins our business, where to go and what they're going to be expected to do, and, how easily it can be to run your business when you have a team of people running your business with you, alongside of you. So did I answer all the questions that you were talking? Can you hear me yet? I don't think she can hear me yet. Okay, you can't hear me? Now I can't hear you. Me now.
You did a great job. So I'm listening on the group just like everybody else, so it's delayed. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions. You're going to speak to that, and then after 5 or 10 seconds after you're done speaking, then I'll know you're done speaking. I don't know why I can't hear you. So I love what Jess said, because Jessica and I actually, about a year ago, right after or right before we started the Evergreen concept, which we didn't call it the Evergreen concept. We didn't call it anything. We're just like, hey, let's do a group and a party, and like it evolved, right? But we also started another class at the same time. Why am I talking about this? I'll bring it back. I'm going to wrap this back around. Oh, this is what Jessica and I were talking about. So we were taking this other class. We were working with a coach. I had taken the class first. It was a big program that's the same cost as mine. It was a big decision.
Hi, the person you're about to speak with has
and I was
called
talking to
captions
Jessica
turned
about,
on.
do you think that this
They'll
is a class
see
that you need?
captions
And
of
she's
what you
like, yes,
say
I think
to
I
help
need
them
more
listen
leads.
along.
And I said, okay. And this is why we even really started digging into all the tweaks with Evergreen. I said, if you did find more leads through this other program that you could do with me, do you know what to do with them once they come in? So I'm like, if we go take this class together and we learn how to find 50 more leads, 500 more leads, or 5 more leads, Do we really have a simple getting started system? Do we really have a place to bring them in to easily start duplicating where we could help a lot of people? At that point, we didn't have anybody. I don't know, Jess, if you had an active team at all. I can't even remember. I didn't have a super active team. So I'm like, what if we did? What if this brings us more people? And so part of what Jessica talked to you guys about with this whole concept is having a system, not just for you to do your parties, because that's what I've taught you guys in this last week and a half, but with Evergreen, having a system you can bring team into. And exactly what Jessica said is we do so much of the work for you. When you join our team, it's like, hey, we've got this done for you system, right? And Jessica started doing her own class or her own group and said, hey, I think we're going to go do our own parties now that I have my own team. And I'm like, that's cool. You don't have to stay in my group. And it wasn't long till she's like, we're coming back. So Jess, maybe you can speak to that. Like, why might people, and you can look in the comments, I see a couple of questions that people are asking. You can speak to the questions or I can, but maybe speak to also, like, if people are going to go forward with this concept, they could just use it for themselves, like to simplify their parties. If they really do it for the team, what, I can speak for me, but what have you seen, because you spoke about it already, but what have you really seen where we like start collaborating, dividing and conquering, working in our strengths, rising up leaders where we can say, I remember with you, I'm like, hey, come do this part. Leanne, everybody work, like Tina Buck doing the makeup videos. Everybody doing their part that is their comfort zone and strength to start. Like, how has that helped build leaders? And also, like, take a whole lot of work off our plate instead of, and you might have talked a little bit about that, but I was reading lips.
Yeah.
So can you speak to that? And then I can pop back in and close out with questions, or you can answer those.
Yeah. So, well, like she said, people coming in and jumping in, doing different parts of the business where their strengths lie. For instance, Mary Butchery, she does an amazing job on our 30 days, talking about our nutrition program, and not necessarily our nutrition, but like her strengths and her knowledge with the right type of nutrition. So with that being said, like, it makes it easier for me as a leader that I don't have to feel like I have to know everything. Like, I don't feel like if I'm not an expert in this, I can't lead. No, what it is what it's doing for me and for my team is it's allowing us to have multiple resources and confidence that we're going to be able to teach and basically duplicate what we're doing, because we're not the only ones trying to know the facts or know everything. So that takes a lot of weight off of my shoulders, because I don't have to be a makeup, or makeup specialist or whatever, esthetician, because I don't have those tips and tricks. I'm learning them from my team, which is fun. It's a lot of fun. So I don't have to be that in order to teach that. I have a team there supporting me and teaching that, because that's their strength. That's what they love. That's where they excel. And so why not plug my team into the people who do enjoy teaching this, because that only makes it ever fun, even more fun. So that to me keeps the parties alive. You're doing what you love. You're talking about what you love. You're plugging the people into the things that they want to know about, where their interests lie. And you're not doing it all yourself. Like that is the biggest thing for me. We have to work smart. We have to make things as simple as possible, because one, if it's difficult, nobody's going to finish it. Nobody's going to do it. Nobody's going to keep on doing it. If it's difficult, you're not going to have clients coming in loving it, because they don't know where to start. So it simplifies everything on every aspect, bringing in business builders, bringing in clientele, bringing in people who have questions and interests. We know what to do. It is right there for us. So virtual parties is a no-brainer, whether you love them, like them, or just meh about them. I mean, it is a no-brainer in today's business with entrepreneurs and network marketing. We have to have something to plug in, no matter what platform we're on. And having this constant virtual party I think it's genius. It's genius. And how we tweak it as we go I mean, it's worth doing, and it's worth the time that a lot of us have put in.
The network marketing I'm going to assume that means you ended your sentence. You're still talking on here. For those of you who just tuned in, my sound is behind. I love everything that you said, and it has really become something we didn't know it would become. And so when I started teaching this program, the way that Jessica and I do it for our downline won't look exactly the way you guys will do it. Even if you're in the exact same company, your dynamics are different, your team is different. Some of our students are a team of one. Some of our students are a team of hundreds. So each dynamic is different. And even if you have a downline, some people won't choose to bring their downline in for some of the reasons that I see some questions popping up. I think it was Heidi Johnson, maybe Mary Ellen said, how do you keep everybody separate, right? How do you keep this? So we make it easy by dividing and conquering the work, but then there's a different thing we have to deal with is who belongs to whom, whose order is this, whose comment is this, because we started with nobody in the group, right? A group of 0, and now it's a group of almost 900. And so people do stay week after week and then making decisions about, we don't just want people in a group if they're not active. How do we keep the algorithm working? There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and we keep tweaking and we go, oh, we've identified this. Now we got to create this tool and we got to have this conversation. And so depending on your exact situation, you'll do this a little bit differently than we do. I don't know that anybody's Evergreen party is completely identical to ours. My direct sponsor in our upline is a very close friend of mine who also didn't do parties. She started her party group, I don't know anymore, maybe 6 to 9 months ago, I don't know. But she named it the same name. She did the same schedule we did. We're in the same business. But if you go on the inside of her group, still looks completely different, right? Yeah. So it's pretty cool that the concept is kind of the same, but why we created a program is not only to coach and teach and train you, but I mean, I've had to jump on team calls with people and say like, hey, bring your team in and let's talk about how this is going to work for your team. Or if it's a team of one, how you can divide and conquer and utilize stuff that your upline has done or resources that are online. So Anna Massey and I were just talking yesterday. She's like, how can I do all these parts when I'm a team of one? Well, you got to think about the beginning concept was we're just simplifying all the work we were doing as a team of one anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So we're setting up a party by ourselves, inviting hostesses by ourselves, posting the games, we were doing all of that. So the first simplification is just as a team of one, housing it in one group. So you're technically not doing more work ever. But as you do start duplicating, you actually get to do less work and you get to collaborate. And I think it's created a community. Jessica, I always share in my classes that I'm like, probably half my team thinks you're their direct upline. I don't know, because, we're all working so closely together, and in that group, everybody's just supporting each other, and it's created kind of just this little family within our team, and most of us have never met. So when we get, you and I have, our kids play together, but when we get to go to our Branson trip in 2 months, it will be the first time we meet Raquel, and we feel like we all know each other. We're so integrated, and it is not just our way to sell our products or our way to nurture our clients. If you ever watch our parties, you guys, probably a third of those girls now sometimes are team members on the party. It's like what they do. We come back and party every Tuesday night and support each other and keep growing and learning about the products together, more about the business together, because your consultants aren't where they're going to be. They're still growing in the process. They're still learning in the process. So to give them the opportunity to have a business tool to grow their business, but also a tool to grow themselves and their confidence and hear from other consultants, it's been amazing. And like Christina is going to launch next week. And so her watching other people come in and launch, it's just been amazing. All right, I am going to go through questions. Jess, you can stay if you want. It's really awkward since we can't talk to each other.
Know.
So
well,
I can read your lips. You say whatever you want to say I can't hear you. I can read your lips. They can hear you. So you say whatever you want to say, and then you can stay or go. It's up to you.
Wait.
Drop you through the floor.
Can you hear me now?
Keep you. No.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go.
But apparently I'm really good at reading lips because I know everything you said. She said, I'm going to go. All right. I'll see you tomorrow on our meeting.
All right. Yay.
Okay. Bye, Jess. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed hearing from her. I love continued technology issues. I don't know why that happens, but we roll. right? We just keep rolling. I want to go through some of the comments. I hope that that spoke to you guys a little bit today about using what we're teaching to help you with confidently recruiting, because you have a system to bring people into, a way to say, listen, no matter where you're at in the process, I can work with you where you're at. We can work in your strengths. It's required me to show up for me. And once I started showing up for me, I was so much more confident about recruiting, because I'm like, I know I'm going to be there no matter what. The cool other thing is, once we did start duplicating, there's been a couple parties. There was like a mass family emergency that I had like 10 minutes before we're supposed to go live. And I just popped into the group. I'm like, can somebody take over? And they did. And this was before we were even, if you ever come into our parties and you've seen them, I have a party channel, by the way. It's Team Grit and Grace Party Group, or Team Grit and Grace. I don't know. If anybody knows my YouTube party channel, drop it in the comments below. But we stream just our Tuesday night parties over there. And we've only been doing it for about a month and a half or 2 months, maybe. But you don't have to be in our group to see some of those parties. But now you'll see we bring multiple people on. So that is a benefit as we have more people that, you know, now, and we're doing it a little bit more organized and differently. We keep getting better. Okay, questions. Let me see what I said. Training was so good. Okay, awesome. Belinda was commenting on that. How do you deal with people sharing social circles? What does that mean? Would you please explain that to me? I maybe don't understand. How do you deal with people sharing? So maybe tell me that question in a different way and I could try to answer that, okay? Or private message me if I still don't understand it, okay? Yes, Heidi, having a system you can bring your team into, that you guys can lean on each other. I love this. Yes, this has been amazing. Gives everyone a place, and this is so, so true. I think one of the big things we've seen once we started duplicating is we can bring people in, and we have a team meeting. I'll teach you this in the program, how you need to communicate best with your team and your scenario and all the things. But we have a team meeting, and I just say, who wants to participate anywhere in the group that you're not already a part of it? Who wants to do a post on Sunday? Who wants to do a video here? And then we revisit, is this working? Is this not working? What do we need to tweak? What do we not need to tweak? What do we want to keep? What do we want to add? Okay, so it's been so cool. Definitely a work in progress. Heidi says, how many instructors are in your group? Do you mean in my party group or in the Evergreen program? I'll speak to both, okay? So in my party group, as far as my network marketing business, maybe there's 8 to 10 consultants who actively participate with some kind of content creation or coming in live on the parties, and we rotate through. I feel pretty confident that that's probably a good number to say that are really participating in my group. I've never actually counted the numbers. But Lindsay might do a post on Friday. Raquel does something on Saturday. Bethany does something on Sunday. They all contribute a little bit to the party group, and then they also run their own groups, okay? But they've chosen to use the party group as a tool for them. As far as the Evergreen program, if you want to come into my coaching program and work with me to learn how we do our network marketing business, how to do online business, how to create your own great Evergreen party as the foundation, it's literally just the beginning. Okay, doing parties and creating your party group is the very, very first step. You have to do that. We scale well beyond that. Is literally everything you need in business. Okay, I can't even begin to tell you. You'll be blown away by everything we do. Within that, it's me as your main coach. So I create all the program for most of the content, the Evergreen party, the Evergreen program, getting started in your network marketing business. You do coaching with me once a week on Tuesdays. Okay. Kristen McDonald, who you met yesterday, is an advisor. That means she's available twice a week in small group coaching environment. You just zoom in and get Q&A with her. Personalization, she's your onboarding advisor. She's not a content creator. She's the one that's helping you implement, okay, in much more of a smaller environment, okay? My calls might be with 15 or 20 people or however many get on, and her small group coaching, sometimes it's just her and 1 or 2 other people. Sometimes there's 4 or 5 that plug in. You can listen in. You can learn from each other. You can just get your questions answered and then popped out. Julia Burge is with us every Wednesday. If you took any of our Instagram courses, she is our Instagram expert. She's also excellent at sales funnels, mindset, daily method of success, your pillars, creating organization and purpose in your business. That girl does not play. okay? She is available every single Wednesday for 1 hour. It's a Zoom Q&A. You can pop in and get questions answered, and she has recorded training of her program that you can go through and then just implement and do Q&A with her. That's kind of a next step, is adding on the Instagram thing, but that's available to you right away if you're ready for that next step. On Thursdays is now, starting today, is Michelle Thompson. She is a mindset transformation, a life transformation coach, okay? Currently, she's doing 4 weeks of group coaching with us, just 4 right now. We're testing this out, seeing if this is an add-on we want to keep, okay? She has her own program where she works with people individually. She's now coming in with our students. And then on Fridays is Vicki Johnstone, who is our Canva and branding expert, okay? If you want to know where my logo was made from, Vicki. Cover photo that was made in the moms group right now, Vicki. Vicki does a lot of that kind of stuff. She'll teach you how to do that, how to keep Canva simple. She has a bonus training for you guys tomorrow. Inside of this group right now, she will do a free bonus training tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central. She's also available for our Evergreen students every Friday, okay? She does a live training, she does Q&A, that's as a Facebook Live, and she has recorded 5-day Canva workshop for our students as well. And then Diane Drummond now does office organization, Trello, Excel, Google Sheets, business systems. She's available once a week. So how many trainers was that? I don't know. Somebody can count them. I don't even know how many people we have now. Where do I live? I live in Illinois near St. Louis, Missouri, in a small little town. I think we have 800 people, no stoplights, just a 4-way stop sign. I moved here because I did not want any fast food, because I live on fast food, and there was no fast food, and it was just quiet little town, farm field, and then McDonald's moved in, and now we eat there like 5 times a week. YouTube is where you found me, says Angela. So I have my main YouTube channel, which this is streaming on. You can subscribe below if you're watching it on YouTube. That's where I stream a lot of business training. Then I have my party group channel. Okay, so Angela, which one did you find it on? The party group channel is not a training. It's literally just when we go live on Tuesday nights, I stream it into YouTube as well, kind of like a backup of our parties, and some of my business chats are over there. Okay. We would have the same customers invited. We would have the same customers invited to our parties. We would have the same. So you were talking about, you talked about overlapping social circles, and you're saying, how do you deal with people overlapping? How do you deal with people sharing social circles and then having, so when you have a customer who comes in, okay, and I think if I understand this question, if someone comes in and say, me and Jessica are both friends with them, okay, because that happens, like that happens a lot. We have to know, so part of what we teach you is how to set up your membership questions, how to create clarity on who invited them, whose guest it is, and so that's how we sort it out. She's like, hey, I'm the one who exposed this person to this. I'm inviting them to this party. I know we both know this person. I'm like, cool, right? If I'm not the one who invited them, just because I'm friends with them on Facebook doesn't make them my lead. So who's the one who exposed them? Who's the one who invited them? There's an organization tool we give you in Evergreen to keep all of this separate. It's been vital, especially as you grow. It's been vital. We did this in the Q&A last night to know who belongs to whom, especially if people quit. Especially like Tina Buck just had 2 twin baby girls. Congrats, Tina. When she's out on maternity leave and some guests of hers are commenting and we need to know who to connect that person back to, we have an organizational tool that sorts all of that out. Drop on any other questions because I don't see anything else that I might have missed, but I'm going to scroll through. I'm going to do a review of what you're getting tomorrow. Angela said she just did the Mom's Business Group with you. It was great these last 2 weeks. She learned so much. You guys, if you are in our Mom's Business Group, normally, you know, we do, Jessica's with you every Thursday at 10 o'clock Central, normally. I'm with you every Monday at 10 o'clock Central, normally. We're not usually doing these challenges. We're not usually opening our program up to you, okay? Normally, we're just in here doing some free training, having fun, basics, okay? We decided to bring in this complete challenge into you, so I hope you've learned a lot. We've decided to open up Evergreen to this group, so I hope that you take advantage of partnering with us in that process. You can go up into the banner or the cover photo of the Moms Building Online Businesses group, click on that, or you can go to www.pcatu.com if you want to check out everything that it includes, okay? So that is something that I know you guys in the moms group, we work closely together, but a lot of us are not working as closely together as I would love to. So that's why we wanted to open that up here, okay? Sue said she had never heard of Canva or Trello, and now she can learn at her own pace with Evergreen. Heidi said she's had people joining her group and they don't answer the questions, okay? So here's the thing. You don't have to let somebody into the group, okay? That's a choice, right? So when you set up membership questions for your group, I actually teach a way to pick up that information if they didn't answer it on entry. But this is my personal opinion, don't accept people into your group that didn't answer the questions or you're confident that that's where they want to be. Okay, because did you know in this virtual party challenge, we have a private group that we did it in before, and we accepted some members who didn't answer the questions. We assumed they wanted to be there. So once they come into a group, we do what you should do. We tag people, we create clarity, we message them, make sure they know what's happening because they came into the group. You assume they're wanting the info. And one girl was like, spam, I'm reporting you for spam. I did not, I was like, whoa. First of all, you opted into this group. I didn't put you here. And this is a business sharing group. It's not like, what is going on? She's a business person. I realized she never answered the membership questions, okay? It's possible that the hostess or someone invited them and they weren't 100% sure that's where they wanted to be. So all I do is confirm. This is my idea, Heidi. Like before I accept them, I'll say, hey, Tanya, it's Cathy. Your friend Angela invited you into this group where we are going to blank, okay? I noticed you didn't answer the membership questions, just wanted to make sure this is where you wanted to be before I accepted you into the group. Or would you mind answering the questions? Just confirm with me that Angela invited you. Let me know your email, address if you wouldn't mind. I'll put you into our giveaway entry, okay? So I use that as a chance to reach out and just say, hey, here's how I know your name, right? Not just random, hey, Sue invited you in. I'm the consultant doing the party. I noticed you didn't answer the questions, just making sure you kind of know what's going on, and then I can tag you in some posts or whatever. I hope that helps, Heidi. If we do accept them into the group, I teach in my program what you can do with a welcome new members post, how you can collect emails, how you can get them to answer some of those poll questions that you should be setting up in your membership questions to gather more information, okay? And then how to capture that into an automation system. So that's a lot of the behind the scenes. I was talking to somebody today about what we do in the program, and there's a lot of behind the scenes. Okay, go ahead and drop any other questions you have. I'm going to review real quick how you can apply for the Evergreen Scholarship. I'm going to review with you real quick everything that you get when you come in, okay? And then tomorrow, come back at 1 o'clock Central for the bonus training with Vicki. It's going to be a hands-on. She's going to be doing demos inside of Canva. She's also going to be talking to you about how to create a brand, like how to create your brand. What is your brand? Like you are your brand, right? Whether you know it or not, you have a brand. So if you asked your friends right now, this would be a fun post to go post. If you went to post on your Facebook wall right now, in fact, I would love if you do this and tag me. I'm curious if what people will say. You could do a post to just say, hey guys, I'm just curious, what are the first 5 things that come to mind when you think of me? Or what are the first 3 things that come to mind when you think of me? And you can say it better than that. Why don't you guys answer that for me? I'm curious. What are the first 3 things that come to mind when you think of me? Okay, now this is a little self-absorbed maybe, so maybe you can say it differently. But here's what I want you to realize. Whether you think you have a brand or not, you do. What you put out on social media is the brand that you have created for yourself, okay? So you might think that you're a positive, inspirational person who teaches others how to live healthier lives and build businesses, but you might not be communicating that over on your social media wall, or you may be, okay? So I would love if you guys would post that. I think it's going to give you some insight into how you've projected yourself and presented yourself and the brand you've created for yourself. And Vicki will then talk to you about content. Julia Burge also works with us on this, on pillars. Some people call them content buckets, the different types of things you're putting out on social media. I've got a complete training on this. Like so that you can be rotating through and making sure that you're showing, like, I value faith, and I value family, and I value health, and I value helping women start businesses, and I value fun, and I value authenticity, right? I hope those things come across, okay? So that might be fun for you to post that. Heidi, somebody asked, was the Zoom on replay last night? Last night, it could possibly be on replay. I recorded it on my computer. I had to call in on audio through my through my phone. So it downloaded. I'm just now on internet for the first time today. So I'll pull and see if it recorded the audio. And then if so, I will post it for you guys for the Q&A. If you want another Q&A, probably Monday night, I'll offer you one more before Evergreen closes out. Last chance workout, right? Last chance. Okay. So probably I might throw that out there Monday night just so people are still trying to make decisions. All right, let's wrap up. You guys, if you need to go through again, the Evergreen program is open for enrollment. It is literally your online school. I call it my online school. And when people think about a $2,500 investment, I get it. One of my very first programs was double that, okay? My next program was like 5 times that. Yeah, some of y'all just like pooped your pants. I know. It is not cheap to get coaching and programs and instructors and accountability, but it's an investment that I chose to make because I had bought courses, and I'm infamous, I don't know if y'all are, for waking up the next morning and be like, wonder what I bought last night. Wonder which one of those ads roped me in last night. Wonder which one of those free trainings I subscribed to that I'm never going to take. And then I'm going to feel like I have to buy their $47 thing, or else I'm going to miss out. That's going to be the thing that changes my business. Maybe. There's a lot of value in that little stuff if you're going to implement it. There's a ton of value in the 5 days of training I gave you guys. There's also a ton of questions, and there's a ton of accountability, and there's a ton of the coaching that some of y'all need to really make it happen. Right? For me, it wasn't even so much that I needed more content. I needed accountability. I needed someone that expected me to show up. I needed someone to help me implement, personalize, so I could say, hey, this is my situation. I understand the program you gave me. I understand the content. How do I make it work for me? Okay. Then what we partner that with is the training, is the online course. The biggest value is not in the online course. You guys will never lack training with me, ever. Ask my students, okay? In fact, they're probably like, okay, stop with the training. We don't need another course or another workshop or we need time to implement, and that's where our value is in the people who come in and say, okay, now let's do this. Don't worry about all that other training. That's a next. Implement this first, do this first. Then when you're ready, we've got more for you, okay? So I think that's the biggest, investment for me when I decided to make Evergreen an actual program instead of no longer just an inexpensive course to buy. I want transformation. I want to be the difference with and for you guys. I want to walk the journey with you. I want to pour into you, and I want to learn and grow with you. Okay. And I'm a network marketer out there every single day doing exactly what you're doing. And a lot of what I bring to you is from that experience. What I partner that with is that I was a business owner for 5 years, 5.5 years, okay? I was a school teacher for 6 years. I don't know how many. I guess I live in fives, apparently. I taught for 6 years. I quit. I started doing my network marketing business. I did that for 6 years. My mom passed away, inherited a home care agency, walked away from network marketing, took over the family agency from 2000 into 2012 to mid-2017, however long that is. Sold that thing, got out from under it. And I shouldn't say it that way. I sold it actually for a very good profit, but got out from under the weight of it. That was not what I was supposed to be doing with the rest of my life. Came back to network marketing online, okay? Through that journey, there's a lot of what I bring to you, not just with my experience, but when I got to own a brick and mortar business, you know what I realized? Business is business. I was just talking with one of you in the comments about your husband starting a business. My fiance just recently started a business, and it's hard work. When you want to have a business to make it grow, all the behind the scenes systems you got to create, the stuff that you do in the background that nobody sees you doing, the stuff that sometimes doesn't sell as well, that's what we're teaching you guys. The stuff that I did to grow a home care agency that was like negative, and I've shared this with you guys, we were bringing in 6 figures a year, but we weren't profiting. I think when my mom died, it was like $250,000 a year or something that was being brought into the company. I think I paid my family like $1,600 that year. And I'm not kidding. Between 4 of us, I think we got to split $1,600 in profit. It's crazy. The next year, I think we made $10,000. Like, woohoo, yes, we're profiting. By the next year, we made $80,000. By the next year, we made 6 figures. The next year, we made 6 figures. The next year, I sold it for lots of 6 figures, okay? Business is business. It takes time to grow. There's a lot of little things we had to do. And I realized that even though you're doing network marketing, which seems small, it's not. It's massive. But there's little systems you got to have in place. And the great thing is you don't have to have the risk that I had to have a big corporation. That's why I came back to network marketing. That's why I'm teaching you guys business systems and tools. That's why I'm partnering with you in this process. Because when I grew my home care agency, you know what the difference was? I did it different than everybody else. I didn't have money to invest. I had time. Just like in network marketing, we were taught to put in the time. I had had a lot of personal development. I had grown myself as a person, but I was a massive fish out of water. I looked like the owner's little daughter that didn't know what she was doing because that's what I was. I had no respect in the industry. We were building our business out of a garage stall. When my mom died, the house foreclosed. We no longer had an office. We worked out of a garage stall, okay? We had to overcome a lot of things. Then I was like, I need help. I actually went on YouTube trying to find someone who would buy this business. I was like Googling, how can I sell this thing that's not sellable? And I got connected with this guy named Gavin Densmore. I think it's Densmore. I can't even remember for sure right now. I found him. He was willing to coach me. I had to pay him $200 an hour, but he coached me and he consulted with me to get into my business, my style, how it can work for me, how to raise my rates, how to be different in the market, how to be authentic for me. And he helped us turn a profit. And that's when I realized the value in people. Because it doesn't matter whether you think you can do this or not. If other people think you can, but you don't think you can, you won't. If you think you can, but the whole world's against you, you still will. You need that person to believe in you. All right, so that's a little bit about why I've decided to go where we're going with Evergreen. Just to wrap up, if you guys are finding yourself like, I know this is where I'm supposed to be, but right now I can't because of whatever, message me and I'll let you apply for our scholarship. We'll be giving one of those away. You have to have done the 5-day challenge. You have to have done the homework. So go catch up on that before you apply. It is an application process so that if we can give someone the opportunity to come into that who is ready to work, we can do that. Okay. All right. I'll quit jabbering. Thanks for joining us. You'll see Vicki tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central for your Canva and branding lesson with her. And that will be the end of our bonus trainings. And then I'll probably wrap back up with a Q&A on Monday night for anybody who still has some lingering things out there. And go ahead and message me. I'll be in the PMs with you, just following up since Hallie's out of town. You're welcome, Angela. And Diane will also be reaching out just to make sure everybody has what they need before we wrap this up. And training recordings will be up for 1 more week. And then it's a free challenge, so they go away. So binge it. Yes, Mary Ellen, go catch up with homework. Go catch up with homework, get out your workbook, do all of that. You've got until, I would say, message me like today if that's something you want to apply for, and then I'll give you the scholarship with the deadline, okay? Because Evergreen does, like as of Monday night, that will be it. It's closed out. We won't open it back up for about 6 more weeks, okay? And each time the price does increase. Not saying that to be like, do it now, but it just does. We are still massively underpriced. Go look in the industry for what we're doing. We are massively, massively underpriced, okay? I know it feels like a big investment, and that's where I'm trying to meet in the middle. Give you more than you could get anywhere else, but I know for some people, it's a huge, huge choice, so I get it. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.